This video is brought to you by Grandeur Warranty, your #1 online source for factory-backed extended warranties in the country.
Hey guys, are you looking for a mid-size, in other words, small truck that has a lot of buttons but no turbos? Well, I've got the tactical green truck for you. It's right here. It's the 2026 Nissan Frontier Pro-4X. In this video, we're gonna go and we're gonna show you the entire thing. We're gonna show you under the hood. We're gonna go for a ride, and we're gonna show you the biggest problem with this truck that I have found. And it's a problem that a lot of trucks have. So let's start with the design. Now, this generation of Frontier came out, I think it's like 3 years ago, and I think they did a good job in updating it, and the update still works. It's handsome, it's tactical green, and of course, to prove its off-road worthiness, because this is the Pro-4X, you've got this orange off-roady trim color, which is also echoed in the recovery hooks. And you can tell that it's seriously an off-roader because, well, it's orange. I'm of course kidding. But there seems to be something about red and orange that makes a vehicle off-roady. What really makes it off-roady, of course, is that this is the Pro-4X, which is the top-of-the-line Frontier with the rear locker and these Dynapro AT2 hand hooks. The nice thing about these is they are right there, 3-peak mud and snow rated. And a lot of all-terrains aren't 3-peak rated. And we just did a video where we took it into the snow, and that'll be coming up on all TFL very soon. So be sure to check that out. My only issue with these are like 31s. I'd like to see a little bigger tire, especially on the Pro-4X. But overall, you know, it fits the truck and it seems to work well with a smallish truck. So let's look under the hood. Remember I said, are you looking for a truck that doesn't have a turbo? Because as you know, the best seller in this mid-size truck segment is the Tacoma, and that has gone to a 4-cylinder turbo. So have the GM twins, the Canyon and the Colorado, but not under here. Here is a traditional V6, no turbos, no forced induction, just straight normal V6 powertrain, produces 310 horsepower, 281 pound-foot of torque, and it's mated to a 9-speed transmission, and all that means is that it gets about 18 combined, which is of course the downside to having 2 more cylinders than a 4-cylinder turbo. Having said that, as you know, we own a Canyon AT4X, which is the new 4-cylinder turbo, and that also gets in real-world use around the high teens. So 18 isn't horrible, it isn't grand. I mean, if you want a truck that gets really good fuel economy, you may want to go a segment down to the Ford Maverick. We had this year the all-wheel drive hybrid, and that was getting in the low 40s. So it's kind of a big step up in terms of fuel economy, but also kind of a big step down in terms of size.
And no matter which car or truck you have, if you plan on keeping it for a longer period of time, you should check out GrangerWarranty.com. Use the link in the description below. Grandeur Warranty is one of the best sellers of factory-backed extended warranties across the country, and you could save some money while doing it, about $1,000 on average. And you don't have to buy it immediately when you buy a brand new vehicle. You could wait a little bit and then get that warranty. And when your truck needs service, you can be sure that they're using certified components, OEM quality stuff, and the work is done at a certified facility or a dealership anywhere across the country.
All right, well, let's keep going. Let's look at the business end of the truck, which of course is the bed. And the Pro-4X has a very useful bed. It tows in this configuration 6,700, and you've got your hookups right there, traditional for a trailer, but there is a problem which I'll show you, like I said, when I get to the inside. The tailgate is nicely dampened, which is nice. This one comes pre-bedline from the factory, which is also nice. And then you have a 400-watt outlet right there, very useful. And you have fixed anchor points if you're hauling something like, you know, bikes or a motorcycle, and these movable ones as well, which you can move around from the side all the way to the back end of the truck. So all in all, a very useful bed. My only issue is right here. As you can see, there are the fixed anchor points right there. They're right tucked up underneath this railing for the movable anchor points, which is somewhat of an issue. But otherwise, you know, pretty standard bed, easy to close. And I have to say, I do love this tactical green color. Let's look at the back seat. And one of the Achilles points of many mid-size truck, and that includes, of course, the Ranger as well, is the back seat room, or the lack thereof. And let's see how this one does. And I'm sitting behind myself, and keep in mind I'm pretty tall, so most people probably would have the seat pretty far forward, but certainly limited headroom. Yeah, definitely limited headroom and limited legroom, but you do have, you know, this nice little cup holder slash armrest, which is fine. And you do have these little grab rests, which I also like. There's 3 of them. I don't know why they don't put it on the driver's side. It's always missing in some vehicles. And over here you have another power outlet. Once again, 120 volt, 400 watt, and USB and USB-C outlets. So pretty modern. I mean, this is a 2026, so by now I think they would have gotten that. The problem, of course, comes when you close it and you're stuck back here. You do feel like you're in a bit of a penalty box. But let's move up front where it's not so tight. And at the start of this interview, I said, do you like buttons? And the reason I said that is because look at this. This is just a wealth of buttons. Not only do you have traditional HVAC controls, dual zone, which is very nice, but even like heated seat buttons, real buttons. Look at that, a heated steering wheel button. How cool is that? And then over here, of course, you've got your 2-wheel drive, 4 high, and then 4 low. And then if you do want to get a little fancy, you do have different modes: sand, mud, rock, and on-road. That's relatively new for the Frontier. And then you have this biggish screen, which is very nice. Of course, comes with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto right there. And so you can hook up your favorite podcasts, and then you've got real volume knob, real tuning knobs. There's your camera. Nissan, I think, was the first to pioneer the bird's eye view, basically looking down on the truck, which I loved. And this is something that I really like as well. And you may consider this old school, but I really love the fact, if you show them over here, Gavin, you've got real, not digital, tachometer and speedometer. How cool is that? A big old steering wheel, and of course this being a Frontier and being the Pro-4X, you'll never forget what truck you're driving. And then my other issue is over here on the side, and why don't you come around, Gavin, because you got to kind of show this, is a series of many buttons that do a lot, and we'll show you in a second what they all do. But the biggest issue is that they are very hard to see, because at least for me, my knee blocks the view of the buttons. And the other issue that I have is this one, which is your ADAS always is defaults to on. So basically, if you cross, you know, a full yellow line or a full white line, the steering wheel shakes, and that gets annoying. And so every time you get in the vehicle, you have to turn that off. And I wish it wouldn't default to on, but this seems like a very conservative thing that the Japanese tend to do. And way down here, way down there is probably the most important button, and that is your rear locker. So when you're off-roading, you can lock it up. Other vehicles like the AT4X that we have, the Canyon, they have dual lockers, but they cost a lot more. And I'll tell you how much this costs at the end of this video. All right, hop in, Gavin. Let's take it for a little bit of a spin. Look at that. We still have what used to be a lighter, which is now a power outlet, which is nice. And we have an old school moonroof, or is that a sunroof, which is also nice. It's really all you need in here. You don't need any more than that. In terms of driving dynamics, you once again have real buttons here for your adaptive cruise control, your volume, your source for the audio. And so if you're used to having traditional controls in your truck, this has got to be the truck for you. The only button that's really missing is the electric rear window. That's manual. If you go back there, you got to actually open it manually. And there's something really fun in a pickup truck about opening up this window and then opening up the rear window. It gives you really great airflow, but in order to do that, you got to go out there and do it manually, which is not grand. But besides that, that's kind of my only sticking point. So we'll give it a little bit of the beans and see just how fast 310 horsepower feels and 281 pound-foot of torque. Yeah, instant throttle response, which you get because you don't have a turbo. It's quick, and it sounds good. You know, I can't fault it for that. If you're kind of a traditional truck guy or truck gal, this is the vehicle for you. Now, of course, this being the Pro-4X, you also have upgraded off-road suspension, and the biggest dividends that pays is, I think, not just off-road ride quality, but on-road ride quality, and it really does do a good job of damping these potholes that I'm going over, you know, the cracks in the road. It just drives really well. It feels like, you know, you're in a much bigger truck than a mid-sized truck, and I say that because oftentimes ride quality depends on the length of the wheelbase, and the longer the wheelbase, the better the ride quality. Think of a bus, right? They ride really well, and that's because the wheels are very far apart. And then I love the traditional controls. I love, you know, the fact that unlike with electric vehicles, they haven't reinvented the vent controls, for instance. You can just move them up and down and aim them where you want to aim them. How sweet is that? I love the fact that if you want the heated steering wheel on, you turn that one on. I love the fact that if you want the parking sensors off, you hit that one. If you want your heated seats on, you hit that. I mean, it's just basic, and it works, and you don't have to think about it. We recently had the new Rivian R1S in, and I took it home for a night, and literally it took me probably 5 to 10 minutes to figure out how to move the menus around. And I've done it in the past, but I had forgotten. And of course, they had done a very similar thing that Tesla does, where you've got the mirror controls and the two little buttons over here, and then you got to find the thing in the navigate in the screen, and then, you know, you got to get the right motions. And it's just, this is just nice. If you want to adjust your mirrors, you flick this left or you flick this right for either mirror, and then you toggle the switch. And there's also something that's very pleasing because it's tactile, right? You feel the buttons moving, you feel the resistance, and you know what you're doing. Whereas if we're talking about, let's say, you know, all of the electric trucks or all the modern trucks, it's all on the screen, and there's just no tactile satisfaction to it. Steering's a little heavy, but I do like it, and I also like the fact that this truck is built in Mississippi. So if you want, you know, an American truck, I mean, I guess if you think about where a truck is made as opposed to where the company is headquartered, then, you know, this is a very much an American truck. Now, I said that there was one thing that I thought was missing from this truck, and it's missing from a lot of trucks, specifically mid-sized trucks, and that, of course, is the brake controller. And it's incredible that out of, you know, all this goodness that Nissan has put in this, a truck is meant to do basically two things, you know, haul and tow. And yet, in most states, you cannot tow over 3,000 pounds without a brake controller. In other words, without being able to control the brakes in the trailer so that the truck isn't doing all the work, especially if you're going down something like the Ike Gauntlet. If you had 6,700 pounds hooked up to this truck and the brake controller was missing and all you were doing was trying to stop that load with the 4 brakes on this truck, you would definitely overheat them. So come on, Nissan. It behooves you to put a brake controller in the little, you know, the little plastic things with a little bit of wiring. How hard can that be? All right, let's talk about the price. I don't want to end on a grumpy note, because in general, I really like this truck. I've always loved the Frontier. I think, you know, this goes back to a time when trucks were the most useful, the biggest tool in your toolbox, and this is what this Frontier is. So I've got the Monroney right here. The base price is $41,000, and when you add things like, let's talk about this. When you add things like the leather appointed seats, the auto mini inside mirrors, the auto tilt sliding sunroof, the premium paint, tactical green, and the destination charge, which is $1,695, you get to a grand total of $48,735. So basically $49,000, which is unfortunately about the average price of a new car these days. But in this case, you get a truck with all the usefulness of a pickup truck, including its off-road ability, including its hauling and towing ability, including its longevity, because I think the Nissan Frontier is one of those trucks that does last a very long time. And if you don't like turbos, and you don't like where the industry is going and you want real buttons, like I said, I could highly recommend the Frontier because it's just, I'm gonna use this word because we keep using it with this truck, an honest truck that does what trucks used to do, well, forever. As always, this is Roman saying thanks for watching. Check out alltfl.com for more news, views, and of course, tactical green tactical trucks. We'll see you next time. Ciao.